Good morning, students. Myself, Kritika from Electronics and Communication Department in Meherchand Polytechnic College, Jalandhar. Students, today we will do our new chapter that is CRO. What is CRO? CRO is cathode ray oscilloscope and it looks like this. This is basically CRO. I hope you already have seen this in our laboratories. So in this lecture, we will cover our introduction part, block diagram of CRO. These are the main parts of CRO, and these two topics are covered in your EIM syllabus also. Other one is cathode ray tube, measurement of voltage and measurement of frequency and time also. These three topics we will cover in our next lecture. Today we will cover with our first two topics, that is introduction and block diagram of CRO. So this is CRO. These type of devices are used in our college laboratories, in industries, and in many more applications. So why we use CRO? CRO is used to measure our electronic signal, that is to measure its voltage, its time, and its frequency. And these can be done by these switches, and the function of these switches we will discuss later on. So first of all, we need to discuss about the block diagram of CRO. So this is the basic block diagram of CRO, and this is CRT, that is cathode ray tube. Now the main parts of CRO are vertical amplifier, delay line, trigger circuit, time-based generator, horizontal amplifier, and cathode ray tube. So we will discuss it one by one. First block in this block diagram is vertical amplifier. So input signal is given to vertical amplifier, whose output we need to see at CRT tube or at CRO. So what is the function of this vertical amplifier? When we provide an input signal from signal generator, that could be of 1 kilohertz frequency, 2 kilohertz frequency, and so on. Also, the voltage level of input signal and amplified signal depends on the input signal information. So when we provide input signal to our vertical amplifier, its main function is to amplify the signal. As the name suggests, it is amplifier. So it will boost up the signal and amplitude of signal will be increased. So the main function of vertical amplifier is to amplify weak signal and to decide the sensitivity and bandwidth. First of all, we need to somehow discuss about the CRT tube also. You can see here is electron gun. These are vertical deflection plates and horizontal deflection plates, and these are controlled by this upper unit and these are controlled by its lower units. The detailed function of this CRT we will discuss later on, but for a brief introduction, these are vertical deflection plates which are responsible to move this electron beam which is coming from this electron gun, and horizontal deflection plates will also do the same task. It will deflect our electron beam. This is phosphorus screen where our output will be displayed, and this is electron beam. Now we will discuss about these all blocks and you will came to know about the function of these deflection plates also. So vertical amplifier will amplify the weak signal and it will decide the sensitivity and bandwidth. How will it decide the sensitivity and bandwidth? As sensitivity is what? That is change in output over change in input. When we change our input signal over here, there should be a change in the at the output signal also. So it will decide the sensitivity, that how much change we have done our input signal and how much correspond change we could see at our output signal. And also bandwidth will be decided by this vertical amplifier, that is how much signal we will send through our channel or through our wires at the output. So another block after vertical amplifier is delay line. As we all know, the function of vertical amplifier is to amplify the vertical signal or input signal. Then the delay line is attached over here. Now what is the function of delay line? As you can see that the input is taken from the vertical amplifier and output is connected with this vertical deflection plate over here. So why we introduce delay line is because when the signal from input signal goes to vertical amplifier, and after that it will move towards the delay line and towards downward also. As you can see, the signal will travel this much path. It will go to trigger circuit, then time-based generator, then horizontal amplifier, and then it will reach at horizontal deflection plates. That means there will be more delay in signal when it travels from this path towards this, and it will take less time when our signal travel from this path to this path. And we all know that we need a synchronization between this vertical deflection plates and horizontal deflection plates. So when it covers this much path, it will be difficult for our deflection plates to synchronize itself and towards this horizontal and vertical deflection plates. So as we can see, we need to add some delay in this signal so that our signal from this path and signal from this path reaches at same time. So delay is introduced over here so that the signal will slow down over here and it will reach at this path and it will reach at this path at the same time. So delay line is used to add some delay. So signal reaches vertical deflection plates early because of small path. So small delay we add over here. If this delay is not added, then there will be a problem of synchronization. And if there is a problem of synchronization, then there will be chances of distortion. So what is the function of delay line? It adds delay to the signal. Clear? Now the next block is vertical amplifier, delay line, and the next block is trigger circuit. Now what is the function of trigger circuit? The function of trigger circuit is to provide synchronization between our input signal and horizontal deflection circuit. As we can see, this path goes to our horizontal deflection plates. So the trigger circuit will provide synchronization of signal from our input signal to our horizontal deflection signal. So the main function of trigger circuit is to provide synchronization between input signal and horizontal deflection circuit. These all blocks comes under horizontal deflection circuit. So it will provide synchronization from input signal towards this deflection, horizontal deflection circuit. Now the next block is time-based generator. The function of time-based generator is to provide or generate sawtooth waveform. This is a type of sawtooth waveform. And also it will provide signal to horizontal deflection plates. This is horizontal deflection plates. So the generated sawtooth wave will be applied to this horizontal deflection plates. as you can see, it will generate sawtooth wave like this, and then this signal will be applied to horizontal deflection plates. Now electron beam will vary at constant velocity. This sawtooth wave will be made at the constant velocity, at the same velocity. So this is x-axis and this is y-axis. So the main function of time-based generator is also to calibrate this x-axis. When our beam is going through at the same velocity, then the sawtooth wave should be like this. That means if there is error in our this signal, then we will see that there is a problem of calibration. So this x-axis will also be calibrated by time-based generator. X-axis of CRO is calibrated. So input is displayed with respect to time. As we know, here it is frequency and here it is time. Sorry, here it is voltage and here it is time. And the last block is horizontal amplifier. That is the input signal which is provided by time-based generator to horizontal amplifier will be amplified, and the output signal will be like this. So strength of the sawtooth wave which has been generated by time-based generator will be amplified by this signal. So strength will be used up. Now this is the power supply section, which is HV supply and LV supply, high voltage and low voltage. Low voltage supply will be provided to all the circuit, whereas high voltage supply will be provided to this CRT. So low voltage is provided for all the electronic parts, electronic circuit or electronic components attached in the CRO, and high voltage is provided to the anode of CRT, and it will generate the voltage of 1000 volts to 1500 volts. Anodes are connected here. We will discuss it later on when we will learn about the detailed function of CRT. So this is CRT tube. I will tell you about brief of this. This is electron gun assembly. That is, this is electron gun, this is anodes, and these are deflection plates, that is vertical deflection plates and horizontal deflection plates, and this is the screen. So CRT function has been divided in these three parts, and we will cover it one by one in our later on lecture. So this is all about this block diagram. I hope the function of each block has been clear to you. If you have any question, we will discuss in our lecture, or you can also comment me under the video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this concept is clear to you all.